or have ideas for them, you might want to bring something to write with. And we've talked about seriousness, and where does that come from? Where do these actions, or where do these motivations come from for us as a civilization? How many people or yourself do you find yourself in intense seriousness? And it's about, there's no way I can describe it, where you're so intent and you're so serious that someone could be joking and you take them seriously. You see? Now, it's not like you really are aware of that, but that's what happens to us. We're so focused on being serious about something that we don't have any flexibility for humor or lightheartedness. And it just takes us down, and we miss a lot. Now, I don't know if you've met anybody that's so serious that they have no sense of humor, that the seriousness has taken them over so heavily that they have no sense of humor. And that's, we've been kind of goaded and tricked into believing that, that's the way you're supposed to be. You can't laugh about something that's supposed to be serious, or, this is grave, this is serious. You imagine, how many times have you seen people that will laugh when something is viewed as serious? They're chastised. You have no heart. What's wrong with you? A man who knows the divine has a sense of humor. So, what does that mean? Each of us, we know the divine. Okay? Which means we have a sense of humor. Those of us who do not know the divine, which means that we are not consciously aware of what's inside of us in our very core being, we don't have a sense of humor. You ever met anybody with no sense of humor? Where you say something or you do something and they just kind of look at you? Now, if you meet someone who has no sense of humor, you can be certain that he or she is a pretender. Knowing the divine brings sincerity, and all seriousness disappears. Vanishes, disappears. Understand that. A man who knows the divine has a sense of humor. Now, if you meet someone who has no sense of humor, you can be certain that he or she is a pretender. Knowing the divine brings sincerity, and all seriousness disappears. Knowing the divine brings a playfulness. Knowing brings a sense of humor, and the sense of humor is an absolute must. Absolute must. And it must, let this always be remembered, Osho. Just those words there. You ever notice that, in this life, how many things that you yourself may take serious and you don't know why? You know where that's coming from? Where does that come from? It comes from the egoic, or the ego, the egoic energy. And what does the egoic energy do? It blocks you. It stops the flow. It blocks you from being relaxed. It blocks your happiness. It blocks your ability to create into reality. It blocks everything. Egoic energy is not something that we care to entertain. Egoic energy is look at it as a lower frequency. This is the biggest concern that we have with the building of the celestial chamber and technologies. And I always say this when I'm talking with people, that we must leave the ego at the door. This is a whole new experience for humanity. And the egoic energy must once and for all be eliminated. And people say, well, how do you eliminate the egoic energy? By the divine. By knowing the God within you. By literally knowing the God within you. The pure consciousness. When you know the divine, when you know the divinity of your essence, you become sincere and you lift away seriousness. Now that goes against the grain to how this civilization has been trained. Really does. It goes against the so-called logic that's been falsely instilled across the civilization of this planet. The egoic energy stops us, especially those that have not journeyed within, have not connected. We're always connected to the God within us, pure consciousness. We're never not. It's just that many of us are not consciously aware of that. We're not consciously aware of the divine in us. And that's what causes all of this influx and saturation of egoic energy. And we've all experienced it. We all have. We're not exempt from it, where the egoic energy comes in and it kind of kiboshes things for us. You're just not able to enjoy. And it stymies your enlightenment. And it tries to convince you that you're going to attain its desires. And it convinces you to be serious, because if you're super serious, literally super serious, then what happens is the egoic energy makes you think that you'll accomplish all of these ego desires if you're super serious about them. Intent, fixed. So, oftentimes when you find yourself, I'm trying to relax, I'm just not able to relax. All this going on and everything, I just like to just chill. And you find yourself, you go to sleep, you try to relax, and you have sleepless nights, or you're up and down, so on and so forth. That's the egoic energy. And the egoic energy that we all are faced with, that we are confronted with, this egoic energy, it doesn't know how to manifest and create in reality joy and effortless ease. Understand that the egoic energy, from the ego mind, egoic energy, it literally causes you to, in the long run, not be able to create into reality what you desire. it is not capable of love. These are facets of things that we choose to understand. It's a good idea that we do. And some of us will get to a point where we can have a deep, sincere life, having real honesty and integrity, and not get caught in the trap of seriousness at all, of intent and dryness and no humor. Now, there's two different things that you will learn, if you haven't already, that being sincere and being heavy and controlled with seriousness. Your heart chest will feel more lightness with sincerity. It will not. It will feel heavy and controlled with seriousness. Always remember something. When you are serious, you're coming from your ego, mind, head. Egoic energy. Ego, mind, head. And when you're being sincere, you're coming from your heart and soul. And this is all about us learning about ourselves, learning about the God within, learning everything we can. Picture seriousness, this intent and this heaviness. And picture that you pull up a carpet, all right? It's a kind of a carpet piece laying on the ground. And you pull it up, and you look underneath, and the energy of seriousness, you see that the ego is there, deeply attached to some future outcome. Visualize that. Now, you see another piece of carpet sitting there. You say, well, I'll see what's under this. So, when you look under it, the energy of sincerity, which has even deeper quality to it. And that's one that is coming from love, being patient, kind, light, and non-attached. Seriousness is very goal-oriented. Very goal-oriented. I'm serious about getting this done. Leave me alone. I'm serious. I got to be serious about this. And it's ready to fight for the ego's survival at any moment. Can you imagine that? Seriousness will fight for the ego's survival at any moment. Now, sincerity, much more loving and conscious, and living beyond the material world on the spiritual path. Spiritual path just means that you're in with yourself, that you know and you walk with your God. You embrace your God. That's how you exist. And it takes a shifting of your perspective. And only you can do that. So no one's going to, give you a magic map to show you how. You shift your perspective. You've got to be willing to see each circumstance from a larger, more calming viewpoint. Ease. And that realizes you are an eternal being on an infinite journey. And that you always are discovering your future infinite divine nature. If you ever do completely free from seriousness, you ever desire to be completely free from seriousness. And this is no matter what happens in your life. Whatever you decide to do or don't do, everything's going to be just fine. And I know you've heard that, okay? But unfortunately, the ego intercepts it. But when it comes in through the heart-mind, whatever you decide to do or don't do, everything is just going to be absolutely spectacular. It's going to be wonderful. And it's about realizing that this deeply and intimately, that you know that you are an eternal soul, an unbounded consciousness, and whose real nature is as wild and free as pure star light, whose real nature is as wild and free as pure star light. Now, each of us, we have a huge opportunity in this existence, in this now, in this lifetime, to stop on that the ego has trained us to do, of being so, dry and intense, and start having fun. It's not, okay, you're not just this body, nor this mind, nor any of the thoughts that you'll be thinking today. Realizing that you're not just this body, nor this mind, nor any of the thoughts that you'll be thinking today. Now, all these thoughts that you think are so important, we all think they're so important, and we're not going to be, and are not going to be important at all 10 minutes before you leave the body. Think about that now, okay? So if you choose to stop worrying about things, stop worrying about things. I can say that forever. Stop worrying about things. We all do it, and we do it a lot. A lot of us do. And what does that bring for us? What is that, it seems like it's just a constant. And when we just focus on knowing who and what we are, truly are, and we experience the pure divineness and undying essence of what each and every one of us in each circumstance and situation that we get in, that undying essence of what you are in each circumstance and situation you get into. Live the experience of this truth if you're truly going to seriously stop suffering completely. Seriously and suffering. You see why those are grouped? If you're truly going to seriously stop suffering completely, when you live the experience of the God that you are, of the divine being that you are, then you will literally stop the suffering completely. Otherwise, your other avenue, the needy, demanding, egoic energy, will just take you down over and over and over again, down the road of being serious about everything and anything again and again. And that egoic energy is so serious about its job that it cannot give up until you realize the truth of who you are. See, this is the issue with a lot of the people, the civilization. You know, you think about this, when so many of us are so occupied with everything outside of us. We're so drawn to everything outside of us and distracted to everything outside of us. And that egoic energy is very serious about its job, and it cannot give up until you realize the truth of who you are. If you don't realize the truth of who you are, then the egoic energy will continually control you. And when you come to the full circle for yourself, in your own way, in your own direction, you will know that you cannot own, capture, or collect anything of this material world. Everything is borrowed, even your body. Everything is borrowed. Your soul, God, the higher self, is the only thing you bring with you on this infinite journey. Excuse me. Now, if you could bring everything, where would you put it all? One day, you will leave the body you're in behind. Unless you ascend. And the only thing you can take with you is your consciousness. What is your consciousness? Your divinity, your God, your pure consciousness, your higher self, your soul. How much time do you spend being conscious, and how much time are you in your mind? When we're so intent on being so dried and serious, it is a mind game, and it only narrows our experience of consciousness. It is impossible to achieve a deeper level of enlightenment, peace, joy, love, or fulfillment in this life by being serious about it. You understand what that means? It is impossible to achieve a deeper level of enlightenment, peace, joy, love, or fulfillment in life by being serious about it. Sincere, whole different ballgame. Now, there are some people, they reach a form of success when they get so tired of being serious that they just relax. That's when that's when the mind and the heart begin to open. That's when you expand your thinking and raise your vibration high enough to enter a state of appreciation, deep gratitude, joy, and deep eternal love. Raising your energy into love simply happens all by itself when you are realizing the truth of who you are. That you are an infinite, eternal being at one with the very God source itself. You are one with the God source. You see how now you begin to understand that now this turmoil, this constant conflict, this fear and stress and seriousness, and do you see anybody laughing? Do you see anybody smiling? Who's in charge? Egoic energy. What is life to each and every one of you? Ask yourself, what is life to each and every one of you? What does it mean to you? Well, life is love. Life is laughter. Life is dance. Laughter in its purest form is a dance of all your energies. Laughter is one of the most evolved phenomena in human life. Laughter is one of the most evolved phenomena in human life. No other animal can laugh. It is only man. It is only man who can laugh. This is why, see, when we move ourselves into that, we choose to. And we understand that this material world is just borrowed. That's it. We enjoy things. We aren't attached to them. We don't have expectations, and we go through this life, and we go through this life in love, in laughter, in dance. It's a whole different ball game from that perspective compared to what most of the civilizations used to. Remember, each of us are an eternal soul, an unbounded consciousness whose real nature is as wild and free as pure star light. And it's all about you deciding to raise your energy. We're the only animal on this planet that can laugh. Only us can laugh. None of the other animals can. Interesting, isn't it? Where is it? Where's the laughter? Where's the joy? It's because too many on this planet have embraced seriousness. They have embraced the egoic energy. And that's why you're seeing what you're seeing. Stop worrying about everything. If you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we desire to do is to relax our bodies. You know, another way of relaxing your body is if you can laugh, and not for a second, but laugh a lot. Your body will let loose and relax like you won't believe. To you. The body responds to you. You don't respond to the body responds to you. Now, unfortunately, people have been taught that you respond to your body. Your body responds to you. So everything that goes on with your body is connected directly to you. And how you deem, how you interpret, and how you analyze, and whatever you do to attract the egoic energy to take center console. So we relax the body. We visualize. We can be in the hammock in the trees. We can just be. Not a care in the world. No attachment. No expectations. We just float. We enjoy everything and anything we choose. And then we move into the now. The now is our guide. We concentrate on the moment, moment to moment to moment. We do not concentrate on the past. We do not concentrate on the future. We only concentrate on the now. And we do it with ease, grace, gratitude, appreciation, love, happiness, joy, only in the moment. And you can do it. You'll never run out of being grateful in the moment and focusing on the moment with joy, laughter, and ease. Now, unfortunately, some of us will go into the past. Yes, it's nice to reminisce about past experiences, but that's all gone. Why would we give our time to that instead of creating new experiences in the now? It's almost like if you had an old shoe that you had left for years because you'd forgotten about it and it was in the past. Would you take that old shoe and would you put that pair of shoes back on, try to wear them, they wouldn't feel the same, would they? They may not even fit. But yet some people would force themselves to put those on their feet to see if they would fit. And even if they didn't, they would wear them. So it's important to understand is that, yeah, we go back and reminisce on some things, which is, we see pictures or photographs, whatever, and it keys us into the memory, and then that's fine. But then we move out of that quickly, and we're in the now, and we're moving forward. We're not looking over our shoulders. Now, unfortunately, some people will get seduced into the past so much that they're in it a lot, and that they end up creating that past in a future that doesn't exist, and reliving the past in that future. And this is why they feel like they're running in circles their whole lives. Only the now. The now stills the egoic energy. It stills the mind. Isn't this what we look at doing for ourselves with ease, effortlessly? Which then allows us to stop worrying about everything. And then we understand that life is love. Life is laughter. Life is dance. It sure is a funny thing that we're the only species of animal on this planet, and we're the only ones that can laugh, and the majority of the time, we're not laughing. We're serious. The now is the space between heartbeats. Whatever you're doing in the moment, in this very now, this very moment, is what we focus on, is what we live, experience. This love, this moment, this now. Then we want to breathe. We want to breath in through our noses and out through our mouths. And the breath is divine positive energy. Why is it divine positive energy? It's just breath. Because it sustains the very vessel that holds the God within it. Why wouldn't it be divine positive energy? That's the breath. Divine positive energy. Very powerful. Very rejuvenating. Very healthy. And the breath focuses us on the now. We all get pulled off of the now quite often. We start wandering off into a future that's not there and to a past that's gone. And we wonder. But the breath focuses us on the now. And lightness and love, only the now. And the breath is only the now. You ever heard of a breath? The past breath, the future breath? No, only the now. And it helps us focus on the now, the space between heartbeats. Also, as we're seated in comfortable positions, we visualize the breath, and we take this divine positive energy up through the center of our bodies, our spinal column, the center of our bodies. And we see these beautiful, vibrant wheels of light. They look like flowers, flower petals, geometric shapes combined. And these are known as the chakras. We have a lot of chakras, but the main is up through the center of the body. And we start with the red wheel of light, the root chakra. In Sanskrit means Muladhara. And this is the career, money, mindset, sense of belonging. And this represents our foundation. feeling of being grounded. Base of the spine and the tailbone area, if you want to know where it's at. Emotional issues that's connected to the Muladhara, the root chakra, are survival issues such as financial independence, money, food, and the physical association is the spine, the rectum, the legs, the arms, and the circulatory system. It's good to know this. And then we move into the orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra, the Vadasthana. This is our sexuality and pleasure. It's our connection and ability to accept others and new experiences. It's located in our lower abdomen, about 2 inches below the navel and then 2 inches in. Emotional issues are sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, sexuality. Physical associations, reproductive organs, kidneys, bowels, immune system. If you're having issues with any of these things, then you'll know where it stems from. What is the root situation? Where did it all come from? Where is it emanating from? Then we go to the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. Personal power, ability to channel. It's our ability to be confident and in control of our lives. But that's interesting, isn't it? If you understand who and what you are, and you flow effortlessly. Now the location is upper abdomen in the stomach area. And what are the emotional issues for us? Self-worth, self-confidence, and self-esteem. And what's the physical association? Central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, skin. And then we go to the heart chakra, the green wheel of light, the Anahata. Love, relationships, and self-acceptance. Our ability to love, it's at the center of the chest just above the heart. Emotional issues, love, joy, and inner peace. Physical association is our heart, thymus, lower lungs, circulatory system, and immune system. Then we go to the throat chakra. We go to the throat chakra, the blue wheel of light. The Vishuddha is self-expression. Our ability to communicate, obviously the throat. And our emotional issues are communication, self-expression of feelings, and the truth. And our physical association, thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, and vocal cords. Then we go to the Ajna, the third eye chakra, intuition, sense of purpose, and direction in life. This is the indigo wheel of light. It's our ability to focus on and see the big picture. It's right on our forehead between the eyes. You can also call it the brow chakra. Emotional issues are intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. Ability to think for yourself and make decisions for yourself. To govern yourself. To lead yourself. Physical association, pituitary gland, eyes, and sinuses. And then we go to the violet wheel of light, the Sahasrara, the crown chakra. Connection to the divine. Who is the divine? God within you. This is the highest chakra, represents our ability to be fully connected spiritually. It's at the very top of the head. Emotional issues are inner and outer beauty, how we view ourselves, our connection to spirituality and pure bliss. Physical association, pineal gland, brain, and nervous system. Now you've taken this up through the center of your body, this divine positive energy. You have energy vortexes. These are all of the chakras. These are the ecosystem of your existence, both etherical and physical. Now picture that you've taken this divine positive energy all the way up through all of these energy vortexes, and you take it and you hold it. It goes to the top of your head. You move it back just a tad, and you hold it briefly. I am light, I am love, I am. And in that brief moment, you compress and condense this into pure liquid energy. And you release it over the pineal gland. And the pineal gland, you can look at it as a prune, a raisin, a pine cone, however you view it. I look at it as a rosebud, kind of a green ball. And when I release this pure liquid energy over it, it immediately expands into a full, bloomed, vibrant, eternal, multicolored petaled rose with a wonderful fragrance, vibrating and pulsating. And this pineal gland for all of us while we're in these bodies is very important to us because it is the gateway to all the particles of existence and the gateway to pure consciousness and beyond. So we desire it to be fully functional. And by doing this, we eliminate all of the calcification, all of the fluoridation, all of the attempts to keep it subdued. It is in full operation and full health. And you talk about being connected to your divine. It is through the pineal gland that this occurs, your spirituality. Now we're all consciously aware that we are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we know that we are one. We know that the spirit, the soul, the pure consciousness, the God, we're all one, the body, all one. And we have others with us. We have the archangels, the cherubim, the seraphim, and the archetypes. All of them. This is a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see each other. You will have encounters with them in humanoid form. And it is always a phenomenal, blissful experience. And many of you have had. And many of you will. Now, because of their vibrational frequency, thousands can surround any one of us at any time as they hold a large number in a small area. They are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. We have the Ascended Masters. They are with us now. These are those who have ascended out of body and hold God form, pure consciousness. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda, Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Health, Thoth, many, many, many more. We have ascended into physical form to experience that form. See, we're mastering, they have mastered. Does that make them more powerful or better? No. We all come from the same source. They assist us all the time. All you need to do is ask. Same with the archangels. Same with all the angels. All you need to do is ask through the heart-mind. Now, we're compelled, all of us, there are three groups as one on this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in this meditation of forming the circle of light. Call out to all of the different aspects of us, all the different facets, all these reflections of all of us coming from Source Creator. out to all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of this circle of light. If their frequencies aren't high, they can't be with us. They can't sustain themselves with us. They come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this universe. They come in trillions of Gugaplexes from every direction. And they are with us now. We call out to all of the inhabitants, all species, civilizations of inner earth, Agartha, hollow earth, and beneath earth. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us this now, in this meditation, and the forming of this circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call out to all of the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light. Now, they've been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Now, we're only familiar with a handful of them. 1,000 come through this solar system every day, different species. And this includes all the species and all the levels. We have the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Zeta Reticuli, the Feline, the Gray, the Nord, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, many, many, many more. And they are with us now. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of this circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. Now, we call upon all of the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms, on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, to form this circle of light. Only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, of forming the circle of light. Now, just to name a few of them, because they come in the trillions, and they come in shapes, colors, sizes, configurations, which many we've never seen before. And the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And they come in the trillions, and they are with us now. We're all assembled, all gathered in the rim of this Milky Way galaxy for the liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation. We form a massive circle of light, arm in arm, hand in hand, all of our gods together. We are in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. This circle of light is so bright that it grays out the darkness of space. It also is pure, deep, eternal love of that which we are made from and of, through Source Creator. It saturates and floods all of us, all of our brothers and sisters, all life, the highest value in the universes. It would take at least 1 billion of the suns in this solar system to compare to the brightness of this light, this circle. Now we begin to ascend up from the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia Arya. And as we ascend up, we're met immediately with a massive gossamer field of trillions of spectacularly colored light. Little mirrors of reflection. Reflections of all of us. All of us, all the love, reflecting back. Bathing, flooding, showering, all of this civilization on this planet Earth, Gaia Arya, on and above and below. And so we continue to levitate up above the planet, and we're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we are the power of healing. Then we're immediately met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column that reminds us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This column reminds us that each and every one of us is imbued head to toe, inside and out, with an impenetrable white fire, God light energy armor. It cannot be violated from any external force or authority. It cannot be breached by any external anything. We are protected 24/7. This is our divineness. But only you have the power that if you choose to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough, you will create a breach in your armor, enough so that the lower dark matter frequencies, lower survival matter frequencies can come flooding in. If you do decide to do this, you're then met with the purple transmuting flame. This column reminds you that if you do this, you can bring in the purple transmuting flame, immediately transmute all of these lower frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them back to pure consciousness where they are no more. Then you're met with the violet ray. This column reminds you that you can bring the violet ray in right behind the purple transmuting flame to cleanse and purify the area where these lower frequencies were harbored, therefore reinstating your field, closing the breach in your white fire armor, and bringing you to balance of deep eternal love and gratitude. We're then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column that reminds us of what we are, of what we were made from. We are love. We were made from love, of love. We see it. It reminds us always. We see it in the sunsets on this planet. The sun rises. We see it in the rainbows. We see it in our skies, in our clouds, in our water, in our forests. We see it everywhere. And we're in awe of it, because it reminds us of the deep eternal love that each and every one of us are and of. Now, we continue to levitate. Some of us who are in physical form decide to step out and hover effortlessly above the physical form. As we do this, we come across a massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower that's larger than the solar system. And we look at the shaft of it, and this crystalline, we look inside of it, and we see this trillions of colors. It looks like an aura, an orb, and it's pulsating out softly these beautiful waves of multicolored light. And we notice that it's saturating and flooding all of our brothers and sisters, ourselves, everything, in everything. And we notice how it's lifting our vibrational frequencies continuously into deeper love, into deeper gratitude. It's total bliss. And at the top of it, we designed it so that the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees. Now, the golden ocean also is saturating, flooding, and showering all of our brothers and sisters, entire civilization of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in this meditation, this circle of light, and more deep eternal love, more uplifting vibrational frequency, bliss, joy, abundance, happiness, laughter. We each are a drop of that golden ocean, and we each hold the essence of that ocean. And we move a little bit more, we see our meditative sphere. It's at center circle. We created this sphere well over 2 years ago. It houses over 900 of our meditations in perpetual motion. It floods all of us. It is of the purest intent. It is of the deepest love. It is of the deepest gratitude, abundance, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, abundance, prosperity, on and on and on, saturating, flooding, and showering all of the civilization of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, and this meditation, in a circle of light. It doesn't end. This is why it can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand everywhere. The lifting of the frequencies of this planet are unprecedented at the levels they are reaching. And all of this communicates to us in this day, in this moment, this now. Stop worrying about everything. Stop worrying about everything. Move, only you can do this. Move yourself into the higher frequencies, into being in joy, into being in deep gratitude, into being in great, deep, eternal love of that which you are, of the spirituality, the divineness of the core being that is housed in that body. Laughter, smile, sincerity, honesty, joy. Stop worrying about everything. I'll join in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. God, pure consciousness within. It is your laughter, your smile, your joy, your bliss, your happiness, laughter. Release the shackles of the deception of the control of this planet